K100 with Konnan and Disco is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is your number one source for the NBA and the NHL playoffs this season. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker. Or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAD, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline. The game starts here. Ben from Portland, Maine. What's up, K100? Did MJF make a mistake? We signed him with AEW. Not if he's making $15 million a year.
No, he's not making that. But even if he's making...
How do we know that? Have we had any...
Really?
Okay, has anybody come out and denied that?
Well, I said the source for that was speculation by Coachman, and then the wrestling media took it like it was an official report. You know,
well, nobody's actually had.
Oh, you're going to anybody what Cody's making?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think MJF made a mistake. I said it before. I think he should be in WWE. He'd be more entertaining. He'd be more mainstream, and he'd probably get more movies and stuff. You know, but maybe he's how old is he? 25? No, look him up. How old is he?
He's older now, I think.
Because maybe he can sign a long deal when he's 28. Yeah, then you know what? Actually, he's fine. Because to be honest,
because for 3 years he can make as much money as he wants. He's betting on himself. He's going to do cool, which may raise his value for WWE. He can do literally whatever he wants.
Right. And if you probably looked at historically, like all the famous super over guys in professional wrestling history, your prime year when you really become thinking is between like 34 and 36 years old. Yeah. It's like you look back and that's like when you're like the big main eventer on the pay
and I could definitely see Tony, like maybe they're around and this guy goes, yeah, I love Lamborghinis, and on his doorstep with a ribbon there's a Lamborghini.
Or and if you give me $15 million a year, I'll get AEW for life tattooed on my leg. Which he has tattooed on his leg.
Maybe.
And that's the one that's making me wonder if that story is real. Or whatever number he threw out there was so off the charts high that he would say, if you give this to me, I'll get AEW for life tattooed on my leg. And Tony being sure. You know, it's like, he didn't care. The guy's got like 8
Not only that, he was smart about it. He put it on his ankle where if you wear pants, you can't see it.
Yeah, boot.
This put it on his neck, Cody.
Right.
But how could you give MJF $15 million and word starts to spread, and then you have guys like Jericho and Moxley and Bryan and Omega and going, wait a minute.
They know they can't get $15 million. You've got to be smarter to know the position you're in and the position he's in.
Well, plus those other guys are getting like $250,000 a match. So what are they going to like? You know, seriously, right? Bro, nobody's talking about this, okay? Tony said that he's not going to make the same mistakes as Eric Bischoff.
Right.
And what I've heard, Riho is making like $360,000 a year. She's wrestled like 12 times.
Right.
Okay? This makes Eric, what he was paid, guys, look like a savant. All right? Because they are overpaid so many people on that show for the returns they're getting out of it. Like, they're not doing any house shows. The pay-per-view numbers are basically the same every single time they do it. The numbers aren't good, and they haven't done a new rights deal yet. The TV rights they're losing money with their current TV rights deal. I'm hearing these numbers, and I'm like, you know, like let's think about this, okay? Hypothetically speaking, let's say MJF is making $8 million a year. Okay, that he threw a number out there. Let's say it's $5 million. Okay, bro, between MJF, Okada, Will Ospreay.
Okada's making 4.5. Yeah.
Okay, 4.5 a year. Ospreay's got to be making that kind of money, right? Mercedes Moné's got to be making that kind of money. Okay, and then you've got this, bro. That's like $20 million. Your rights fees right now are only $40. You've added $20 million on top of what you have. God knows what their budget is already. $20 million a time. Dude, you have to get a sizable increase in your rights deal, which the rumors are coming out ain't happening. You know, Tony's disappointed, like Dave was talking about. Well, it depends on what you mean by disappointed. You know, like, yeah, Tony's spending all this money. He probably assumed, I'm going to triple my rights just to go, like, no, probably give me $20,000 more. And he's doing, like, come to all the guys that just signed. You know, so, like, if you think about it, right? So I was like, I don't know. I don't see AEW is stuck in the mud right now. And there's I wouldn't call it quicksand.
Think about this. Think about this. You just said 3 or 4 people that amount to 20 million, right?
If the numbers are what we're hearing,
more or less, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
bro, this guy's worth $1 billion. That's like going buying bubble gum and you have $1 billion in your pocket. You don't.
The people that are talking this stupid narrative, talking about, well, they're going to make Turner Boy Tony's losing money every year, okay? And people,
could even be a tax write-off. You don't get.
Here's the stupid argument that people are having online, and
right.
the dirt sheet guys are getting involved, right?
Right.
Is Dave's been like all the people are complaining, like, there's people, they're saying people that are saying that AEW is going to go out of business.
Right.
Okay, and the reason going in, of course not. Okay, and I think they would pay people like
why
us
would
that narrative. Well, let me finish this point. They're kind of painting people like us in that narrative that we want AEW to go out of business, okay? And I'm like, no, we don't want AEW to go up. This is not what this is. I have to watch this show every week because we do this podcast of that we have fans that like to hear our take on this. I want this show to be better. I want it to improve to where I don't have to fast forward through it, but I can watch most of the stuff, right? But when we said all along, this guy is not, he's never going to, this is a hot hobby for him. If he's already lost 4 years in a row, lost money, but they're worth like $8 billion. And if you're losing $110 million and you've got bro, think about that. If you've got $80,000, okay, and over the course of a year you lost like $100. Well, would it really matter?
Not only that, Disco, you've got to think
$100,000, even $1,000.
With all the high-powered lawyers that they have, his dad, I'm sure that half, maybe even more than that, is tax write-offs. That's nothing for him, bro.
Right. But the thing is, it's like.
But he gets to live out his fantasy. He gets to work with people he
I'm not
watching.
I'm not arguing that.
He gets to book. I'm just throwing it in the air. I'm not arguing with you. No. I'm just throwing it in the air.
Well, we agree, okay? The thing is this narrative that's being argued online every day.
Right.
And it's just a nonsensical narrative because, number one, they're never going out of business because as long as Tony wants to do this, they will do it. There's not going to be a financial burden on him that'll ever say, well, we have to pull the plug. It's like, no.
But here's how I look at it, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Nonsensical or not, it's content. We're talking about it, and people like to hear opinion on it. So thank you.
Right.
Mark.
And two, the reason it is relevant, that's what I'm saying, the reason I brought this up is because, these are words coming out of this guy's mouth. He said, this whole our conversation started, he said, I'm not going to make the same mistakes that Eric Bischoff did.
Right.
And I'm looking okay, well, your talent budget thing is you're actually going above and beyond the mistakes that Eric made. Look at the money you're giving these guys. Right.
The second mistake is, and he said it in his book, one of the biggest regrets I ever had was taking that second show.
Right. Yeah, do the second show. And they did a second show and a third show. Right? It's I don't know. All right,
so Brandon Thurston, just to give some financial info, AEW made, because he has the whole chart here, pay-per-views, TV rights, everything. $154 million revenue.
What, last year?
Yeah, and he says the expenses were $188 million, so they lost 34 in 2023. 34 million.
That's not bad at all.
But and they
that's
compared to the $100 million we were thinking.
Yeah, that's the least amount that they lost, though, most likely, because they had the video game expenses the year before. So let's say they lost 50, and then 34. It's still 100 and what?
Right, and then if half of it is tax write-offs, how much is that?
Yeah.
Okay, well now,
to $1 billion.
You did 13. So you lost 34. Right. Okay, and let's say this next year is from this point. This next year is the exact same as the year before. you just added another $20 million worth of expenses.
Yeah.
So, like, unless you change, bro, like I said, unless those rights fees go up considerably, they're going to keep operating loss, but they don't. But like you said, Tony would not be giving them these people. He wants to win the war of public opinion. He wants to win the war of the wrestling fans, for the fans to agree that show is better than the WWE. And I think that's ultimately his goal. And he wins it because he wins the Booker of the Year, or Dave Meltzer, the readers of the Observer, are voting him the best show. I think those are his wins. Those are his W's. And he's fine. I think he's fine with that. But then they would say, but bro, you're just providing a bunch of content for people like us to argue, where you are making statements like you're not going to make the same mistakes Eric Bischoff did. And it's like, you can make those mistakes, it's fine. But don't make it sound like when you're chiding Eric Bischoff like he didn't know what he's doing, and you're doing the same things he's doing, and you're still losing money. So like, okay, so don't knock the guy. Is what I'm saying, and I think that's kind of like that's kind of like the position that Eric has right now. It's like, these guys you'll call a con man, and there's like there's an online, and with the online media, and like Dave especially is just trying to really disrespect Eric. And Eric is not Eric went head to head with Vince McMahon and beat the guy for 83 weeks. You think this guy's going to back down from a fight when people are challenging him? You kidding? So it's like, but then it creates this thing like all the old heads were just haters. It's like, no, Eric's not a hater. He's responded to attacks from that company. Or like,
how many guys, plus not only that, Disco, how many guys that are currently active right now ran a promotion that beat Vince, and how many guys right now ran successful promotions where they were making that type of money? Right. Wouldn't you want to listen to him maybe, because you haven't been in this business except, talk.
And plus two, I know this got Eric going, right. Okay, is when Dave Meltzer in one of his podcasts, everything said, easily like Tony Khan knows more about wrestling than Eric Bischoff. He made, I forgot to say, he's smarter than Eric, or knows more about.
He's probably more of a historian, right?
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Bro, Penzer told me that he is like a savant when it comes to wrestling history. Okay, Penzer said that when he went to AEW a few times and shows them, he was walking down the hall, and Tony looked at him and said, "Hey, that's the same tie you had on during Starrcade '97."
Right.
And Penzer's like, I can't believe he did. Like, how did you know that?
Right. He is
like that. Right. Yeah, exactly. So, and Dave is kind of like that too.
And if you met him, even though we have heat and all that, he's cool, bro, because he likes the same shit we do.
Right.
Sports, soccer, right. Wrestling. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.